Hi, I'm Indy. Welcome to my channel. It's Crafting with Indiana Jones, and I am Indiana Jones. What am I up to today? Well, it's a brand new adventure, something I really haven't done before, but I was so excited to try out. So, let's get started. Challenge for today: make a purse out of a cigar box. Yes, a legitimate cigar box, not just one of those craft boxes that you find at the craft store. Anyway, this one I'm going to have to keep this beautiful original design, but flip it over so that the opening is here. Anyway, let's see how I do this. Let's get started. So how did I end up with this beautiful cigar box, and why am I turning it into a purse? Well, I have to tell you, I made a new friend a couple of months ago. His name is Jimmy, and he has a wonderful, beautiful store in Collie Square here in South Florida called Jimmy's Bright Ideas, and he makes lamps out of almost everything. He brought out the cigar box and asked me if I could make a purse out of it, and I was like, yeah, sure, fine, of course, I've done it before. Well, I have, but as I said before, I made them out of craft boxes, not actual cigar boxes. So here I'm trying to keep the original design as pristine as possible. So the first thing I did was take apart the box itself, because as you saw, if you have the design with the opening facing up, it would be upside down. In other words, if I had it as a purse, it would be facing upside down, and we didn't want that. So I had to change the whole top of the box. Now, at Jimmy's Bright Ideas, that's where I sold my first items that I had ever made. And they were the crafted items that I made for Christmas. He loved them, and he had it in his store. So I said, I have to continue making more things. So this is a test run of how to make a purse out of a cigar box. I've watched other videos, and no one really, they would remake the outside of the box, and I didn't want to do that. Like I said before, I wanted to keep this original design. So as I said before, I have to take off all the hardware and flip it to the other side. This was the hard part. I'm using, I know, not the best tools, but I'm using the tools that I got for woodworking from Dollar Tree. They're actually very good. You just have to be careful that you don't scratch whatever you're working with. So if you have to use something like this, next time I would put tape on it or something, but it worked just fine. I didn't scratch the wood in any way whatsoever. And as you can see, these weren't screwed in. This hardware was actually nailed in or stapled in. I was going to try to reuse those same items, but it just wasn't going to work. I said, it's time to start all over again. At Hobby Lobby, I bought these wonderful hinges, and they have this antique look to them. They're not perfectly gold, which is perfect. I did not want to take away from the gold design on the front of the box. Now, at the bottom of the box, of course, I'm going to put the hinges. I'm also going to put some upholstery tacks, simply because when somebody rests their purse on the floor or on a table, I don't want it to mess up the wood. I want it to have something to rest on. So those upholstery tacks that are in the same color as the hardware that I'm putting on right here, it's going to be perfect. Now, I have to tell you, I know I'm all nails when I'm doing these small things, because it's really hard to use, my nails and try to hold those little tiny screws, but I got it in. Next, I used a little bit of wood glue just to fill in the area where the staples were in, where they were tacked in. And I was going to try to use wood filler, but they were so tiny that just a little bit of glue filled it up enough, and then I just painted it in just a little bit. Now here I am doing the actual closure. I wanted to use a different kind of closure. I couldn't find it. This is the only one I could find. So moving forward, if I continue making cigar box purses, which is a possibility, I do want to find other closures either on Amazon or another supplier. Just something that's a little more decorative, I suppose. So now the purse has been changed, or the cover has been changed. Now, I know it looks weird when you open it, but on the outside, you can see that the cover, or the outside of the purse, is now facing upwards. Now, I found a beautiful fabric, and I don't know where I put it. It was perfectly matched with the colors outside of the yellow and green. But this was a backup fabric that I bought just in case for other crafts that I was going to use, and I thought, you know what, it matches just fine. So here I am measuring it up, and what I did before was I used some what is it called, stiffener for the fabric that you see on the sides. What I did was I fanned out the fabric and ironed it down so it would keep the fan consistency. I'm sorry I didn't show you when I was attaching the fan to, or the sides to the purse itself, but basically that's all I did. It's a fan design. Now I'm just attaching the fabric to the inside of the box, and all I used was a little bit of glue, of course hot glue. And there you can see the fan design. And the reason you have to do this, you can't just have a box and not put anything on the side. So if somebody is holding the purse and they open the purse, you see, all the contents are not going to fall out. So there you can see that I tried to iron the fan so that it would fall in naturally when someone closes their purse. And there you go with the closure. Next, I took wood beads, and these were just natural wood beads that I bought at Michael's. And believe it or not, this whole set of wood beads was only $1, and they're very big and chunky and really nice. So I colored, first of all, I painted the wood beads to match the design on the outside of the box. And now I'm using that special super glaze from Mod Podge. I think it's called, yeah, super gloss. Super gloss, yeah, super. I always think of super base for some reason, but yes, I use the super gloss so it would match the actual box itself, the finish of the box itself. And I am just so tickled pink at how perfectly they matched the design of the box. Of course, I did that with plaid paints from, it's folk art paints from Plaid. I love to craft forever. I know I'm silly, but hey, that's what makes crafting fun. So this was fun. Was trying to keep the box open while I was working on it. And what I did was used twine covered wire. Why twine covered wire instead of regular wire? Because that way the beads would not be like clanking against the wire, and also because it's covered, the beads also stay in place better. So what I did is I put a small bead at the very end when I threaded through the wire through the top of the cigar box. And of course, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, I drilled 2 holes to be able to create the handle. Now I'm just threading through the beads that I painted onto this twine covered wire. And again, I got this from Dollar Tree, and it seems pretty sturdy enough to be a handle for this cigar box. And again, I'm so tickled pink that the colors are so well coordinated of the beads together with the cigar box. I mean, it just makes the whole look come together. So now I'm just beading it through, and once I'm done with all the beads, then I'm going to string that other end through the hole again that I had drilled using my Dremel. I tried to use small tools because I didn't want to crack the box, and you have to do things very slowly because you don't want to crack the boxes that you're working with. So here I am opening it up again, and I have to use that. That's why I'm using that sanding block just to hold open the it slammed on my hands a couple of times, but I was able to do the same thing with the bead at the end of the other side of the handle, and then I closed up, or I glued up, the rest of the lining inside. Once again, I'm just so happy at how well these beads came out, how the whole purse came out. I just want to clean it up a little more, and I have to finish the back of the box so that it is a complete, beautifully packaged purse for someone very special. And there you have it. There's the inside again. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you try this out for yourself. So I decided to do another little extra craft, and what I decided to do is make a little makeup bag that matches my cigar box purse, right? I had the extra fabric anyway from the inside lining, and there it is. And for the lining of this bag, I'm actually going to use some fabric that I had in the house already from burlapfabric.com. They gave me fabric last year, and it's still going strong. That's how much they've given me. They've been wonderful to me. So here I am attaching the 2 fabrics, the inside lining and the outside printed fabric, facing each other, and I am attaching them together to the zipper just to make it a more complete seal on the zipper, because the zipper is going to be used so very often. I think this is the best way to do it. And then once I'm done with sewing or attaching the fabric to the zipper, I'm going to flip them inside out so you can actually see the zipper teeth. The zipper teeth? Yes, zipper teeth. Wow, that's a great name for a band. Zipper teeth. So you can see the zipper teeth. And what I'm doing here is I'm securing the outside fabric and the lining so that it doesn't interfere with the zipper itself. Not only that, it gives it a more polished and just, just fully finished look. That's what I was looking for. A fully finished look. I always like to do this with zippers, whether it's on a dress or on a skirt, is just to, again, sew down the outside fabric to the zipper so that, again, it doesn't interfere with the zipper and also gives it a more polished look. So once I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip out the inner lining and sew the inner lining and sew the outside of the bag as well. And I'm sorry I didn't show you the process of what goes. I will make a pouch in a separate video just so you can see how easy it is to make one of these pouches. And I'm sorry, I was just running out of time with this and I didn't get to film the whole entire process. But now what I'm going to do is just finish up by finishing the inside pouch and the outside pouch, and there you have it. You have this beautiful, lovely little mini bag that fits and also matches the inside lining of your cigar box purse. So I hope you like it and I hope you try it. Thanks for joining me on this latest craft adventure, and I hope you come again soon. To know when my next video comes out, just subscribe so that you're aware of all of the fun adventures I'll be having this year. Thanks again to all of you for all your kind words that you leave in the comments. And remember to stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure. I see you again soon. Bye!